Hello and welcome. Today I bring you a special story full of warmth and wisdom. Get ready to relax, let your imagination wander, and discover the tale of the Trouble Tree. Once upon a time, there was a carpenter named Martin who lived in a small village surrounded by green hills and golden fields. He was a hardworking man with strong, calloused hands and a slightly bent back from years of labor. In the region, he was known as one of the finest craftsmen. His tables stood as solid as stone, his chairs never wobbled, and his cabinets seemed to hold not only objects but stories. One summer afternoon, a farmer named Mr. Ernest hired him to repair some old doors and build a new shed on his farm, which was several miles from the village. The job would be hard and take several days to complete. Martin gladly agreed, loaded his tools onto an old cart, and because of the distance, decided to stay at Mr. Ernest's house during the work. The sun had barely risen when Martin started working. He sawed, hammered, sanded, and fitted wood with admirable precision. Mr. Ernest, watching from the shade of a walnut tree, marveled at the man's skill and patience. But when the golden light of late afternoon came and the shadows grew longer, Martin's expression changed. As he put away his tools, he accidentally hit his thumb with the hammer, sighed, and muttered something under his breath that the farmer couldn't quite catch. Always hospitable, Mr. Ernest called out, "Martin, supper's ready. My wife made a stew that'll give you back your strength." Martin smiled faintly, but his eyes still held a shadow of some unspoken worry. Yet before stepping inside the house, Martin did something curious. He stopped in front of a small tree by the path. Its thin branches swayed gently in the evening breeze. He touched its leaves for a few seconds, almost as if feeling for an invisible thread. Then he smiled, straightened his back, and walked into the house cheerful and relaxed. Over the next days, Mr. Ernest noticed that this wasn't a coincidence. Every evening, without fail, Martin would pause before the same little tree. No matter how tired, irritable, or worn out he seemed from the day's work, after touching the tree, his mood would change. Finally, curiosity overcame politeness. One night, after supper, with the fireplace crackling and the scent of burning wood filling the air, Mr. Ernest asked, "Martin, if you don't mind me asking, what exactly do you do every evening by that tree before you come inside?" Martin gave a knowing smile. "Ah, that tree. That's my trouble tree." Seeing the puzzled look on the farmer's face, Martin explained, "You see, Mr. Ernest, being a carpenter, like any trade, has its good days and its bad ones. Sometimes boards split the wrong way, nails bend, measurements go wrong, or things just don't work out. Add to that the worries life throws at you, well, I could carry all that weight wherever I go. But years ago, I decided I wouldn't take my problems home with me. So I invented a little ritual. When I finish work and get ready to enter the house, I put my hands on that tree's branches and, in my mind, I hang all my troubles there, my worries, my frustrations, my bad temper, so they won't cross the doorway and trouble my family or my hosts. In the morning, when I leave, I touch the tree again. And you know what's curious? Martin's eyes twinkled. Most of the time, the troubles I hung there the night before are gone. Or they seem smaller, or they just don't matter anymore." Mr. Ernest sat quietly for a moment. That simple gesture carried a wisdom no book had ever taught him. He glanced out the window at the little tree, gently swaying in the moonlight, and thought maybe everyone should have such a tree, real or imaginary. In the days that followed, the farmer began to imitate Martin. It didn't have to be the same tree. It could be the fence post near his vegetable patch or the shade of the old walnut tree. Before entering his house, he would take a few seconds to hang his day's worries, his frustration with the weather, his concerns about the harvest, and any other burdens. Sure enough, he found himself stepping inside with a lighter heart and a kinder face. When Martin finished building the shed and repairing the doors, Mr. Ernest wanted to give him something more than payment. "Martin," he said, handing him a bag of coins, "you've left me more than fine work on this farm. You've left me a lesson I'll keep forever. That tree of yours, well, I think it's mine now, too." Martin chuckled. "Troubled trees don't have owners, Mr. Ernest. They're everywhere. You just have to decide where to hang the things your heart doesn't need to carry home." They shook hands, and Martin set off down the dusty road with his cart. The little tree stood there, quiet, perhaps holding a handful of invisible troubles that would vanish like morning dew at sunrise. Moral: we can't always control what happens to us, but we can choose what burdens we carry and which ones to set down. Having a trouble tree, whether real or imaginary, reminds us that before stepping into our home or into the presence of those we love, we can leave the day's weight behind and be present, lighter, and at peace. Thank you for joining me on this journey of words. I hope the trouble tree left you with a lesson to carry in your own life. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share the story so it can reach more people. See you in the next tale.